The time is now. It is our time for us to join the new rich. We are starting a time in our lives where we no longer have to rely on others for money, and we also do not have to worry about money at all. Here are 9 steps for us to start our journeys to financial freedom. Hi, my name's Courtney. I'm going to go over 9 essential tips. Before we get started, I want to preface that this is not financial advice. These are just things that I'm doing in my life to set myself up for financial success, and I just wanted to share these different things with you for you to kind of pick and prod what works for you and what doesn't, so we can both hopefully achieve financial success. Tip number 1 I have is to create a budget. Now obviously everybody kind of knows what a budget is. It's just kind of where you put maximums on your money. You're going to spend this much on this thing and this much on another thing. I know for me personally, I definitely need to set a budget in my life because I love to go out and eat food, specifically Chick-fil-A, but ultimately altogether I recognize I spend dang near $1,000 every single month eating out. So because of that, I need to hamper my eating out, start eating more meals from home that are way more affordable and are overall better for my health. By properly allocating funds within your budget, you are able to really watch your money grow, and it really helps you make sure you are aware of where your money's going. The next tip I have is to build an emergency fund. Now essentially an emergency fund is backup money for obviously an emergency. Me personally, my emergency fund is $1,000. That is my goal right now, but that's just where I am with my life. I want to have a $1,000 buffer for just in cases. This could be ranging from a flat tire to a car accident, you never know. So by having an emergency fund with $500 to $1,000 stocked, you are able to really just set a quick buffer for yourself for just in case situations. Another common goal for emergency funds is 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. I know that's not attainable for a lot of people, so baby steps for your emergency fund until you have a decent amount of money for you to just kind of be able to live off of if something bad happens. The next tip I have is pay yourself first. Now this is something that I've read in a plethora of different books about finances, but essentially it's saying that you should be paying your savings account and your investing account before you pay your bills. Now I know this isn't necessarily attainable for a lot of people, so obviously take that one with a grain of salt, but essentially it is saying that you need to be prioritizing your saving and investing accounts instead of spending your money on reckless stuff that you do not need. So me personally, how I would do it is pay your bills first, then pay yourself. And then after that, you can spend any excess money that you have after you've maxed out your goals in the budget on whatever you really want. Essentially though, this tip is saying that you need to treat your savings and investings account as a non-negotiable, where you see it the same way that you see your rent and utilities bill. The next tip I have is to use debt strategically. So essentially it's saying that you need to use your debt to build credit. Don't go in debt just because you are on a spending spree with your credit card. That is never a smart strategy. Instead, use your credit card as a building block to build your credit. But ultimately, when you go in debt, make sure you're paying off your credit cards every single month. Make sure you kind of stray away from high interest debt, and then ultimately just make sure that you are not digging yourself in a deeper hole that you cannot get out of. The next tip I have is start saving for retirement early. Now this is something that I really tried to hone in on, and I talk a bit more about it in this video where I talk about my specific financial goals as an 18-year-old. But essentially by prioritizing your retirement as a saving priority, you recognize that wow, okay, I do need to put more money here. And through the power of compound interest, you are setting yourself up for financial success in the future. By investing in 401ks and Roth IRAs, you're able to set mass amounts of money aside for yourself, both pre-tax and post-tax. But essentially, the earlier you start investing in these types of accounts, the more time your money has to compound the interest. So look at these accounts, look at some different things you can invest in with the accounts, like index funds, mutual funds, and things of that sort, and then go ahead and start building your money for that. I'm personally investing in a Roth IRA where I'm buying stocks of the S&P 500. Again, not financial advice, that's just me, just to give you some perspective. The next tip I have is track your credit score. Now this one can be a bit touchy because there's some instances where when you track your credit score, it will lower your credit score. So of course take that with a grain of salt, but ultimately what I'm saying is stay on top of your credit score. Do not close your eyes and hope and pray, oh, it better be good, I don't know. Like no, make sure when you can check it for free and there's no expense, check it for free with no expense because it's good to stay on top of it. The next tip I have is live below your means. Now this one is an integral tip. Living below your means is essential. It is integral. It is necessary for you to achieve whatever level of success you want to achieve. It's something that you kind of have to live with throughout your life. Delayed gratification is really a skill that you have to learn and develop for you to reach true success. But by living below your means, you are able to avoid the paycheck to paycheck lifestyle that people rely on in modern day America, specifically, where people are reliant on their paychecks for them to survive. By limiting impulse purchases, things of that sort, you're able to live below your means and stock up on all your extra investments and savings accounts, so then you can live it out later on in life. The next tip I have, I reference it all throughout the video, but it is to learn about investing. Investing is one of the most powerful tools that we have, so make sure you take advantage of it. At the end of the day, this is all a game and you need to learn how to play it right. By learning how to invest, like you are adding a booster to your character, because I'm telling you, by learning to invest, you are setting yourself up for success. Now, I really want to push you to do your own research on this. I've done a lot of research on this. My parents have pushed me to do a lot of research on this since I was really young. So I've really learned how to do this already. But I just want to push the entire concept to you. Investing, investing, investing. I cannot say it more. This is what's really going to set you apart from the rest. And this is what's really going to set you up for financial freedom. The last and final tip I have is to set financial goals. Now, it's one thing for you to just be saving your money for miscellaneous, but it's better if you're setting goals for yourself for your savings accounts. I recognize personally for me, when I just have saving for saving, just to save, it doesn't end up very well and I end up spending my money on food. But when you have specific goals for your savings accounts But when you have specific goals for your savings accounts, you are really able to lock in and recognize, okay, I have a goal, I have a plan for my money, and I have somewhere for it to go. Now, these goals can be ranging from anything like saving for a house, to saving for a car, saving for vacations, saving for college. These are specific financial goals that you can set for yourself and set for your money that are really going to help you be more specific and help you set yourself up. These financial goals don't just have to be savings, but they can also be spendings. They can be, oh, I'm going to spend this much money on student loans to pay them off. I'm going to spend this much money on my mortgage this month. I'm going to spend this much money to pay off my credit card debt, you know? But by setting up financial goals for yourself, you are able to have an actionable blueprint which will help you lock in and recognize, this is what I want and this is exactly how I'm going to achieve that goal. Now, these are the 9 different things that I am doing in my life that I just wanted to share with you, and hopefully you can start using these in your life as well. Now, again, I want to clarify, this is not financial advice, but from hundreds of hours of research and dozens of books that I've read and personal experience, I recognize that this has helped me grow my personal net worth, and these are just things that I want to do to exponentially grow my net worth for my future. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any more tips that you want to share with the family, please comment down below. What are some things that we can all do to implement in our lives for us to be financially independent, financially free, and financially just successful overall? Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Quartz Corner.